Hey! Someone asks you about your childhood, and you just freeze. You open your mouth and nothing. And it's not because it was terrible. And it's not because nothing happened. So then, why?
Because somewhere between age 7 and 17, you skipped about 15 chapters. Just gone. Pages flying right past you. And that gap, that's exactly what I want to talk about today.
There's thing that happens when childhood ends before it's supposed to. The toys, the bicycle, the free afternoon. Now I'm not talking about some dramatic, movie-worthy moment. No explosions. It could be making dinner for your little brothers and sisters at 9 years old, while your parents working a double shift. Or maybe it was becoming the translator between your parents during their arguments. Trying to hold something big together, or learning to read the room before you ever learned to read chapter books. Scanning every face the second you walked in. That version of you, the small one, the one who figured it all out way too early? That kid didn't disappear. An 8-year-old. With a set of house keys, a broom, and a to-do list. Crowned most responsible person in the household. They looked at the choice, bright, open, calling to them. And instead, they got pushed down a different one, and something shifts. In the middle. One half still wants to be a kid, wants the balloon, and already carrying a briefcase. Psychologists have a name for this. They call it parentification. When a child takes on the roles and responsibilities that were supposed to belong to adults, not because you were strong enough but because dropping it wasn't an option. Dr. Lisa has some really extensive research on this, and found parentified children often develop like exceptional maturity, survival adaptation. Your little nervous system didn't mature early. It just learned to armor up. And here's the part that really gets me. Your nervous system locked itself into crisis mode. And made that the default setting. The chaos around you? What everyone else called a crisis. You just called normal. You could read a person the second walked through that door. Before they even opened their mouth. You were already handing people what they needed. Before they even knew they needed it. One step ahead, always. Now here's where it gets interesting. All of that? Those are superpowers. Real ones. But what nobody told you was that there was a price tag hanging off the back and you'd be paying it 20 years later. You handle big life challenges with your eyes closed. Lift that barbell. But a tiny little feather asking for help? That button, the one that says ask for help, it might as well be surrounded by caution tape and danger signs. You lie down for rest. And immediately the thought bubbles start floating up. Do something. Don't be lazy. Eyes wide open. Rest canceled. You built an entire operating system around what you experienced. Survival mode, still running. Since age 8, and in adulthood? You became that person. Who the reliable one. Handling everything. With a smile. You might have noticed you're drawn to people who need things. People who need fixing, saving, supporting. It got written into your brain like an equation. Being needed equals love. And when someone actually gets close, the armor goes on. So even now, even when you're safe, some part of you just won't lower the visor. You might find yourself drawn to partners who are emotionally unavailable. Unavailable feels familiar. It feels like home. So when someone actually shows up warmly love, it feels uncomfortable. You're looking around for the catch. And then there's control. I'm talking about that deep primal need to manage every single variable. More panels. More dials. More levers. So before you make any decision, you run the scenarios. 2 coffee cups in front of you, and your brain has already mapped out 17 possible futures. People call you type A. Anxious. A perfectionist. But what they're really seeing is a child who learned the hard way that letting their guard down had consequences. And can we just talk about the exhaustion for a second? That tiredness. The sleep that doesn't fix. Your body literally never learned what true rest feels like. There's a rest mode button in there somewhere covered in cobwebs, because rest meant things would fall apart. You sit down, the plates start wobbling. You stand back up, everything stabilizes. Here's something that might hit close to home. You achieve things. Good things. Impressive things. Trophies on the shelf, because your worth got tangled up with your usefulness a long time ago. No matter how many times you try to separate them. And here's the cruel part, society loves this in you. Productive. Independent. Low maintenance. You became fluent in a language most people never have to learn. The language of emotional labor. You spot conflict before it even starts. Run in with the fire extinguisher, put it out before anyone else even smelled smoke. You make everyone comfortable. Handing out the snacks, keeping the energy light, making sure everything is okay. You've probably felt it. Surrounded by people, friends, family, coworkers, and still feeling completely alone. You're carrying this invisible weight on your back, massive, crushing, and someone walks by and says, "You make it look so easy. What do you do with all of this?" 1,000 tiny pieces. 1,000 small moments of being too much and not enough at the same time. You have to grieve. I know that sounds like a lot. But you're grieving something real. You're grieving the childhood you didn't get to have. Being needed is not the same as being valued. Cross out human doing. You are a human being. Is enough. You can put the blanket over them. Let their eyes close. They don't have to run the show anymore. It's safe now. You've been holding on so tight for so long. Strings. Weights. Responsibilities that were never yours to carry.